If you're working a 9 to 5, or you're a college student, or you're a content creator and you want to monetize your Instagram, you're tired of using it for memes and for brain rot videos, and you're ready to make money online with your phone, then stick it to the end of this video because I'm gonna give you the step-by-step live on how to monetize your Instagram today. You don't need to be an expert, you don't need any experience. All you need to do is apply these steps that I'm gonna give out in the video and make some money. Disclaimer, this video will make 0 cents if you don't watch the first part of this video. So check out my channel or check out the video that I'm gonna be tagging on the screen so you can watch the first part of this video so you can properly set up this entire business and then monetize it the right way. With that being said, as usual, take your pen and paper, be ready to take some notes, and let's get started. Before I go ahead and give you the step-by-step of this video, you need to kind of understand this business first. Hybrid affiliation is based on people, it's based on having an audience. And the goal here is to turn average viewers into followers and then these followers into dollars in our pocket. And the easiest way of doing that is by either selling your own digital product or selling someone else's digital product. And this can be anything from an ebook, from a workbook, a template, video editing presets, a software, a course, a community, coaching, consulting, whatever. As long as it's digital, we're gonna be selling it. If you feel like you don't have the experience, the knowledge, or the skills to create your own product, you can always sell someone else's. So make sure to check out the first video so you can find out how to find the right product so you can sell it. Now, how do we actually get someone from just being a random viewer into dollars in our pocket? It's by creating a connection with them, by making them familiar with our brand and what we sell. And the easiest way of doing that is by giving out a free product, or in other words, a freebie. And if you're like me, you've probably said it before, if it's free, it's for me. So what we're gonna do is create a product like an ebook, for example, and give it out for free to our audience. The goal of this ebook is to not only collect people's emails so we can then nurture them later on with email marketing, but to also give them as much information and as much value as possible so they can become much more familiar with what we do and how we can actually help them. So I'm going to teach you right now how you can create an entire free ebook and how to set up this system live. So make sure to take some notes, take some screenshots, and let's get started. One of my favorite freebies are actually ebooks because people can read it at their own pace and they usually tend to be very short, but we can make it as impactful as possible by, of course, using this opportunity to not only talk about ourselves, provide value, but to also have a strong call to action at the end to persuade people to get our next product or to have a conversation with us in the DMs. So let's go to ChatGPT because ChatGPT is going to create this entire ebook for us. Let me read the prompt for you. You're a professional book writer and editor with 30 years of experience. Generate a title for an ebook about, for example, how to burn fat. The target audience for this ebook are 23-year-olds. Now, of course, you want to modify this prompt to your niche, to your brand, and make this as human as possible. I'm simply going to press enter. In a matter of a few seconds, I'm going to start giving me a few titles for the ebook. Now, of course, I could have told it to give me 10, 15. I could have just chosen one. But let's just go with this one for the sake of going quicker with this video. Then the next step is to use the second prompt. Great. Generate a detailed book intro with a minimum of 400 words, including book structure. Press enter. In a matter of a few seconds, ChatGPT just cooked up an entire intro on how to burn fat. Now, of course, ChatGPT is going crazy right now, giving facts about why this book is different, what they're going to learn in a very complete intro. But for the sake of making this ebook as compact as possible, and making it as short as possible, I'm simply going to tell it to use 300 words or 100 words. And from there, you could just craft it how you like. Now, one thing I highly suggest you do with this ebook is to have a section in the book where you talk about yourself, kind of like an About Me page, where you simply explain and talk about your struggles, where you're at, where you're from, how you overcame them, and the reason why you did this ebook. The reason why this works so well is because most times throughout our content, because we're not necessarily showing our face or doing talking videos, a lot of times people don't really get to build that connection with us. So we want to use this ebook as an opportunity to connect and nurture our audience. Now, once that's done, I'm simply going to tell ChatGPT to generate 6 book chapters and list them. Press enter, and in a matter of a few seconds, boom, chapter 1, The Science of Burning Fat. And then it's going to start listing out every single chapter. And you can, of course, modify this. Now that we have our chapters, it's time to actually start generating the content inside each chapter. So I told ChatGPT, great. Write chapter 1 with detailed information and more than 400 words. Now, this could have been 1,300 words, this could have been 800 words. You're free to do what you want with this ebook. I'm simply going to press enter, and there you have it. Chapter 1, The Science of Burning Fat. Disclaimer, you want this to be framed and crafted how you want it to. So if you want this to sound more relaxed or more human or more professional, literally tell ChatGPT, make it human and make it with a relaxed tone, because we don't want our audience reading this ebook and then they know and they can hear that it's written by AI. That is not clutch and this is not what we want to do. So make sure that you're modifying the prompt as you go or just from the beginning and letting it know that you want it to be a specific way. Now, of course, once ChatGPT generated every single chapter, we want to write a short conclusion and use this conclusion the right way. So I'm simply going to say, write a 400-word conclusion. Remember, this is for 23-year-olds. Now, the reason why it is important to remember ChatGPT certain things is because sometimes you're just going to start yapping out of nowhere and kind of forget the target audience and forget the goals and pains of that audience. Once you have your conclusion, the last step for this entire process of creating this ebook, you're going to use this prompt. Modify the conclusion and hope the reader to buy or check out the next ebook that gives even more detail and value about burning fat. Make it persuasive, add bullet points, and add a strong call to action at the end to send me a message. Now, of course, this call to action at the end can be completely different. It can be to book a call. It could be directly a sales page to check out the paid product, to book a call with your team. Whatever you want to be done with this call to action, you can add it in there. Simply press enter, and ChatGPT is literally cooking up right now, writing an entire conclusion and using very strong hooks. Now, of course, this is a bit long and we don't want our ebook to be as long. So you can simply make this shorter and tell ChatGPT, hey, make it shorter, only use 100 words, only use 200 words. Now that ChatGPT crafted our entire ebook, we want to head over to Canva.com and type in ebook template on the search bar. Now, the reason why this is so important is because this is going to save us so much time in creating this ebook, and all we have to do now is just copy, paste. Now we have hundreds of options. You can use the free ones, and if you have Canva Pro, which is paid, you can use one of them that look very nice, but that of course is paid. So once you find the one you like, you can simply click on it and customize the template. Now, in this specific case, you'll see that a lot of these templates are a bit weird or you don't really like the style, right? Like, let's say, for example, that the background right here is white and is using like these crazy graphics. If I don't want to use any of these graphics, I can simply delete it and replace it with another one. Let's say, for example, that I want to upload an image of myself somewhere. I can literally do that. I can just delete this right here and add this emoji. Hold on, let me fix this right here. Boom. Right now, of course, it doesn't look nice. We're going to fix it up. So you can be as creative as you want with these ebooks, and you are literally free to change anything that you want. For example, this is white. If I want to make the background like a dark blue, I want to make it light blue, I can make it gray. You are free to do what you want. And of course, change the title, make sure that everything is aligned with what's in the ebook. So let me show you how you can do that live. So in regards to the title, I'm simply going to go back up here in ChatGPT and take this title right here. Fat burning hacks, your ultimate guide to getting lean at 23. I simply go right here, close this, and simply paste it. Now, of course, this is super long. It doesn't look nice, but you get the idea. And I'm going to do this for every single chapter. Now, as I said before, you want to make sure that there's a page inside the ebook dedicated to you where you're going to talk about your pains, your problems, your struggles, and how you overcame them, where you're from, where you're at. Basically talk about yourself so you can build a connection with your audience. And if you ever have any struggle with this, you can simply ask ChatGPT and it's going to help you out with it. And boom, as you can see right here, chapter 1 is named N1 Blogs, but I don't want it to be named like that, right? So I'm simply going to scroll down and go on the chapter section, right? Chapter 1 is the size of fat burning. So I'm going to copy it, head back right here, and simply paste it. Of course, I can make this smaller so it can actually fit on the screen. I'm free to do whatever I want with this ebook. So make sure that you take your time, that you modify this and make it as unique as you can to your brand and who you are. Quick tip, if you're doing this about fitness, you want to somehow, some way use graphics or images about fitness. Doesn't make any sense for you to talk about fat burning or you talk about weight loss and you don't have a single picture in there with the gym or some sort of trainer or some sort of fit guy somewhere, any dumbbell logos. You want to make sure that it's crafted exactly to your brand. Alright guys, so after modifying the ebook quickly, I didn't want to make this video extremely long, but I already have my ebook right here. All I need to do is simply press on share, go on download this as a PDF. Now, of course, you can download it as the PNG, whatever you want, but I suggest PDF. And in a matter of a few seconds, you're going to have your entire PDF on your computer. Now it's time to actually sell it. Now that we have our free product, it has been completely customized. We copy pasted everything from ChatGPT. We want to sell it on Gumroad.com. Now, the reason why I love Gumroad.com is because it's simple, it's easy, and if you're a beginner, it makes everything much more simpler. So what we're going to do is head over to Gumroad.com and go on the product section. Now we're going to press on new product. This is very simple. Go on ebook and type in the name of this ebook. So in this case, it can be chapter 1, the science of fat burning. Now, of course, I'm going to change this and simply remove chapter 1 and have the title as The Science of Fat Burning, right? It's an ebook. Scroll down, set the price for $0. Remember, this is going to be for free. I'm going to press next. I can simply take my time and modify everything. And the description, ChatGPT can do it for you. The covers, you can have an AI do the covers for you. You can simply go on Canva like I did just now. The summary, ChatGPT can do that for you as well. And that's really it. Once you have that set up, you just need to head over to content and then you're going to insert your PDF. So I'm going to press on this file right here, go on computer files, and all I have to do is just select the ebook. So right here was this one. Boom. And here you have it. The ebook is right here. Once people sign in and they log in, they'll have access to the ebook, and you can even add a description to it if you want to add any discounts in there, or you want to have an extra call to action in the description. You absolutely can. Once you've imported your ebook, I highly suggest that you add a description with a call to action. Whether you want people to DM you, to book a call with you, or to check out another paid product, you want to give out a bundle or a discount, use this description the right way. You can either do it on the description or right here under the PDF, right? You can type in literally anything that you want. Use this the right way, please. So once you have your PDF written down, you go back on your product and you have your description. All you need to do now is to simply save the changes, check out share. Okay, I can't do share yet, but I can simply publish and continue. In a matter of less than 10 minutes, I already have a free ebook, a platform to sell it. Once we have our ebook and it is being sold and published on Gumroad, we want to utilize one of Gumroad's most important and best features. Whenever someone gets your free product, the platform automatically takes their emails. And we want to use email marketing to our advantage. We want to send emails on a weekly basis, bi-weekly basis, to nurture our audience, whether it be to motivate them, to inspire them, or to talk about yourself, your product, and how it can actually help them out. And this is great because emails are going to be landing directly in their inbox, and Gumroad is one of those platforms that whenever they do send emails, it very rarely lands in spam, which is extremely important. You don't want your emails to be sent and they'll end up in spam. So now that we're on Gumroad, we're simply going to head over to new email, and we can simply craft an entire email and send it out to our audience. Now, key aspect right here, you don't need to write your own emails. Once again, this entire business is copy paste. So let's head over to ChatGPT first and then let's grab the email. So now that I'm ChatGPT, I'm simply going to use this prompt, which I'm also going to be leaving all the prompts in the description. You can check it out for yourself. I'm going to read out the prompt out loud for you. You're a professional email copywriter with 30 years of experience. Generated email for my newsletter with a target audience of 22-year-olds about success demands sacrifice. The email should be relatable, human, and readable in 3 minutes or less. Make them one-liners and avoid emojis. Make it intriguing. Add a call to action to DM me on Instagram. Now, the last part is very long, and you can always modify this how you want, right? If your audience is mostly 25-year-olds, make sure it's 25-year-olds. If your audience is mostly 18-year-olds, you fix it that way. If you want your emails to be 5 minutes long, if you want your emails to be 7 minutes long, whatever it is, you can modify that and you can add whatever you want to this prompt. Just make sure that it's crafted to your brand. Especially for the call to action. If you don't want people to DM you on Instagram, you can simply change it so people can book a call with you on your calendar. So what I'm going to do is simply press enter, and there you have it. I have a subject line and I have an entire email that is written for me. Now, of course, I really like one-liners, so it's using this one-liner format. But if you want to use a specific format like bullet points, or you wanted to use like a very relaxed tone, you can modify that as well. So don't be afraid of being creative with this. Pro tip for ChatGPT: if you're going to be using this on a weekly basis for your email campaigns or your newsletter, you want to train ChatGPT or you want to frame it. Whatever email it gives you and you don't like it, make sure to tell it what you don't like and what you want it to add. Because over time, the more you do it, it's going to start using emails with the information that you gave it. It's going to literally create emails that you would write yourself. And that's the goal. We don't want these emails to sound like AI. We want them to sound like us. And the only way you can do that is by actually training ChatGPT with multiple prompts over and over again, and you frame it the way you like. You're going to reach to a point where you're sending emails every single week and you barely have to modify anything in the email because ChatGPT already knows who you are. So you want to make sure that you keep using the same channel and the same prompt on ChatGPT. That being said, I'm simply going to copy this and head over to Gumroad, paste it. I have an entire email that is ready to be sent. Now, of course, I'm going to modify it and add in my name and modify a few things. Let's say I want to remove this. We'll make it take that off. And now for the subject, I'm simply going to copy this, add it right here, and remove this. Now I have an entire email that is readable in less than 3 minutes, It gives a lot of value, gives a lot of sauce and information. It has a call to action at the end for people to send me an Instagram. To DM me on Instagram, I mean. But what we want to do is, of course, we want to be smart about this, right? We want this section right here to be a link. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to press right here on this button that says insert link, and you can add your profile on Instagram. Or let's say, for example, that you're promoting a new product that you have, or you want somebody to book a call with you, you can add this right here on the link. That being said, I need to explain you guys something that is extremely important about Gumroad. Gumroad, unfortunately, despite of it automatically taking people's emails, does not allow you to send over 100 emails if you haven't made $100 in revenue. So of course, on Gumroad, once you're already here, you can simply choose the people that have bought your product. Let's say, for example, you have a free product like my own right here. I can simply choose this right here, and everyone that has ever bought that is automatically going to get this email once I send it. But let's say case scenario, you have over 100 people on this list, you have not made $100 in revenue on Gumroad, you cannot send that email. You can send emails to 100 people or less. To solve this problem, you have two options. You can either, number one, sell a paid product. Of course, you want to use a free product to get as much attention as possible, but you can also use a paid product to give even more value, more sauce. You can price it for $10 and send 10 of those, or price it for $20 and send 5, or price it for $50 and only sell 2, and you've already made $100 in revenue. So essentially, you want to have some sort of paid product so you can start receiving payments on Gumroad and unlock that $100 revenue sale directly. Now, if for whatever reason you don't have a lot of traffic, you're not getting a lot of leads, and people aren't really buying your paid product, what you can do to unlock this quicker is to simply pay those $100 yourself. So you simply create another account with another email, you go on your own link, you buy the product, you add in your information, and then you make sure that you pay $100. And the moment Gumroad receives those $100, you can start blasting emails to over 100 people, which is amazing. Now, in the beginning, this is not going to be too much of an issue because you're not going to get too much traffic. But the moment you get over 2, 3, 5 viral videos, you're going to start getting a lot of people asking for this free product and Instagram. And Gumroad, I mean, is going to start collecting all of these emails. And if you want to send them an email, you can't, because you have now done $100 in sales. So make sure to have some sort of back-end paid product that people can buy, or you just pay the money yourself. Disclaimer, Gumroad does take a fee, so whatever you do pay, you're not gonna get your $100 back. It's probably gonna be like $97, $98, but at least you can sell hundreds of emails and make a whole lot of more. Let's go. First 3 steps are done. You have your product, you have a platform to sell it on, and you probably have a few emails so you can start nurturing that audience. The second step of this entire process is actually nurturing that audience every single day through your content and your stories. One of the best ways of creating a connection with your audience is by having conversations in the DMs and using your stories the right way. And you've probably heard this before, but you need to use polls as much as possible. I love polls, I love Q&As, I love using any feature on Instagram that enhances your engagement. The reason why this is so important is because you can literally see the people that are engaging with your content. Anyone that likes your story, anyone that interacts with the poll, you can literally see the entire list of people and DM them directly. And we want every single follow, comment, interaction with our stories to be an opportunity to make money and have a conversation in the DMs. An example of a poll can be like you're seeing here on the screen. Do you know how hybrid affiliation works? Yeah, bro, not really. Explain, please. This is a simple poll that I'm using to build a connection with my audience, because everyone that's going to answer this poll, I'm going to send them a DM. Another great way of actually building a connection with your audience is Q&As. I'm simply going to go right here on my Q&A, and you can see I have hundreds of Q&As because I do this almost every single week. I ask people, why are you afraid of creating? Why are you creating? And people are telling me all their excuses and objections, and I'm simply answering them in my content. So people are asking questions and I'm answering them right away. Now, of course, you can use this opportunity to talk in your videos, or you can just do like me, where you simply use a background picture and some text on the screen. So once again, it is extremely important that you use every single opportunity, every single level of engagement to have a conversation with your audience, whether they be that they like the story, that they follow, that they comment, whatever it is. Send DMs as much as possible, because it is through the DMs that we actually get to build a connection with our audience. It is through the DMs that we actually increase our chances of making a sale. Now the question is, how the heck am I actually going to make a sale in the DMs? Let's head over to my screen and let me explain everything. Besides using Instagram tools for engagement, we also want to use strong call to action in our captions and our stories to get people in our DMs. I'm going to be dropping an example on the screen right now of how that looks like. It is really simple. You literally tell people, DM me the word X to get started. For example, if you want to lose weight within these next 90 days, without having a crazy diet, DM me X to get started. That is a very simple call to action that calls out our audience and invites them to have a conversation with us in the DM. So once that they've DM'd us the word or they're asking us for the free guide, we want to have a conversation with this and use this framework. Please, disclaimer, it makes zero sense to copy this word for word. This is just a guideline, it's just a framework so you can kind of understand the procedure of having this conversation in the DMs. This is not an interview, this is not an interrogation, this is a conversation. You want to use this opportunity to build a connection with your audience. So don't sell huge paragraphs, don't be super salesy, just have a conversation with them. Be human, relate to them, and help them out. You need to have this genuine love and this genuine feeling that you want to help this person out no matter what. So before you even get into any conversation, make sure that you're talking with someone that is in a first world country. Why? Because people that come from India, from certain countries in Asia or Africa, just don't have the money. So even if you're selling a low ticket product, most times they won't be able to buy it. So if you want to have the conversation with them, you can, but it's not a must. It's not obligatory. So always when you start a conversation with someone, make sure that you know where they're from. So understand the situation, ask them where they're from, their country, their struggles, where they're at right now in their life, how's been their journey so far, what got them interested. Simply try to understand where they're at right now. Once you kind of understand where they're at, you want to understand their goals, where do they want to go, and widen that gap. Essentially, we want to get people in an emotional state because people tend to buy more in an emotional state. And you do that not by telling them, hey bro, you have a problem, you gotta fix it. No, you do this by asking the right questions, and this is going to get them to think and imagine where do they want to be. So asking them questions like, how much money do you want to make? How fast do you want to get there? Why do you want to get there? How would life be different for you if you actually succeeded? Simply ask them questions, understand where do they want to be in the future. And once you have a clear understanding of where do they want to be, now we want to understand what's really stopping them. Why aren't they there yet? Ask them what have they tried to achieve that? What's stopping them from achieving that? Why what they tried didn't work? What do they need? What is missing? And really try to accentuate their pain and make them aware of a problem that they have of not being able to achieve their goals. Then the next step, once you understand where they're at, where do they want to be, and what's stopping them from getting there, like you truly understand the struggle, you want to make sure that they are the right person. So if you know that this specific business that you're promoting requires 3 hours of work every single day and the computer, you want to ask them, do you have 3 to 4 hours every single day to spare to work on this business? If they say no, it doesn't even make any sense to continue the conversation because they just don't have the time. So whatever you can to do to help them out in the meantime, send it to them. It is very important that you ask the right questions about the requirements, because if this is not a good fit, then you're not going to make any money. So make sure to ask them, do you have a computer? Do you have an extra 3 to 4 hours a day? This is going to demand you to be consistent and to be dedicated. Can you do that? When you ask these questions, it's going to start framing them in their mind. Okay, I actually want to do this. This is what it needs. Let's make this happen. Once you've kind of qualified them, because most times they're going to say, yes, I have the time, I have the requirements, I have everything I need to succeed with this business, or whatever it is that you're promoting, you need to ask them if this is a priority. Ask them if they want to fix their problem ASAP or if this is a later thing. And once again, this is extremely important because you want to understand clearly where they're at. Okay, do you want to fix this now? Why don't you want to fix this now? Do you want this? Do you don't want this? You need to understand them clearly. And in most cases, after you've had this conversation where you've literally got them in an emotional roller coaster, you want to propose them to either check out your paid product or a free training that you have, or a call with your team, or a call with yourself. Whatever it is, ask them, would it be helpful to get on a call or check out the paid product? That is going to help them out with their goals. Now, of course, a lot of times people are going to be super committed, super dedicated, super motivated, but once it's time to book a call, once it's time to actually pay for the product, they cannot get back. And this is where following up comes in. We want to every single week, every 2 weeks, or every month, whether they bought or they didn't buy, have a conversation with them and try to help them out however we can. And just check up on them. Yo, what's up? How's it going? Any progress with what you told me last time? What do you think about what I sent you? Hey, bro, just checking in. How are you feeling? What's up? How's life? And every single week, just having a conversation with them like you were a friend. So once again, you need to have this genuine feeling and love to actually want to help them out. If not, they're not going to buy from you. If you're being super pushy, if you're sending huge paragraphs, if you're not listening to them, if you're not relating to them, then you're not going to make any money. So please be human and have a conversation with them. And lastly, one tip that has extremely helped me out has been voice messages. And of course, because through our content, we're not necessarily talking, we're not necessarily showing our face, it is extremely important that we use the DMs to build this connection. Voice messages are a great way of actually getting that done. In a matter of a few minutes, I give you the entire strategy and plan that I use to this day to make money online with my Instagram. Post viral content, engage in my audience as much as possible, have conversations in the DMs, and make money. If you're not using Instagram in 2024 to make money, you are missing out on a lot of opportunities. So if you've reached until the end of this video and you have any questions, you can't connect the dots, you have any curiosities, or you want to know how this works in detail, then don't hesitate on booking a call with me for 100% free or sending me a message on Instagram. I am more than happy and will be honored to actually help you out on this journey. So don't be afraid. I'm not going to sell you anything. I'm just here to help you out. If you enjoyed this video, make sure that you drop a like, that you sub up to the channel, and turn on the bell notification because I'm going to be dropping videos every single week. With that being said, I hope you took notes, and I'll see you soon.